Nick here, back at the Nintendo store today. I'm so excited. Oh yeah, it is.
Okay, nice.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Do you have a 3DS?
It's not on me, but I'll bring it to the opening before Streetpass as many people as possible.
Or bring it tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow.
Okay, we'll see. Yeah, I might be around. Yeah. I don't look too far, so I'll probably be around here pretty often.
Yeah, I'm here every day.
Okay, right on. Yeah, enjoy. Yeah,
I'm first in line. Thank you.
Have a good.
Awesome. I'm so excited to network and make opportunities and connections. Anyone in the chat, say hi. Hit the like button. How many more are in line with you? Stay safe out there. So, unfortunately, I have to tell you, I'm the only one in line right now. There was someone here respecting their privacy, but they, not using their name because they asked, they left. And unfortunately, in the event that number one place leaves without the proper powers of transition, the number two moves to number one. And that's how that works. So, I'm very proud of myself. I'm loud and I'm proud. Yeah, I did. And I didn't have to spend money on it too. Isn't that great? I like that. Respecting ourselves, respecting the public, and respecting the love and peace of the world. Anyway, so yeah, what's my charge at? 56. God damn. What are your first games you picking up the system? So, definitely Mario Kart. We'll see. You know, Mario Kart is the major one. It's really going to be on budget, and I'm shoestringing it all the way to the launch. So, keep that in mind. I'm probably not going to buy anything in the store unless I start getting sponsors, like, galore. Like, I'm not gonna... Yeah. When it comes to this scenario, I have to be very careful with my finances. And the big problem is, I got no donations. And look, I just want to say, look, everybody thinks that giving money is grubby and wrong and greedy, but at the end of the day, everyone needs to pay their bills and do things what they need to do. And if I'm going to be here at the launch, and if people want me to buy more, I'm like, look, the only options are, you give me what I would like to buy to show you on camera, or I have to make the decision to do budget. So if you don't care, right, like if you're the audience, and you can't help me, then I have to make the best decisions with the resources I have. And that's called being an adult and human. It doesn't mean going up to your mom and dad and be like, Mommy and Daddy, I want to get something. And then their mom and dad are just like, oh, son or daughter, I can't do this for you because we got to pay for the dog bill. So, but anyway, as much as I got soapbox preachy, just being honest. So, I like being honest and I like being transparent. No matter what, if it looks good or bad. Because I'd rather that than lie to myself and lie about the world and the delusions in it. So, yeah, but I would totally get those. I would get every game if I could. So, I did my bed. Anyway, 5 minutes in. So what else is going on? No one hit the like button. Hit the like. Come on, folks. We gotta get 3 people. Get 3 likes. That's free. F-R-E-E, free. And the best things in life are free. Isn't that true? Hit that like button. All right. Here we go, folks. So I came across a YouTuber that posted 2 weeks ago. He was coming out there, and so I can let you know respectfully and in a privacy sort of manner, because I'm just letting you know, and I've said it a couple times. I can't say their name. They told me several times there was a bit of disputes with this person, and I did everything in my power to be a respectful, mature, professional adult, but this person didn't want to see eye to eye. So even though we didn't see eye to eye, I maintained my distance and my professionalism. This person, unfortunately, did not. And I'm just letting you know right away that the person I talked to that was in the line first was not very comprehensive. They were very apprehensive to me. And I tried to explain with the most courtesy, diplomacy, but they basically took a knife to a pen fight. And the pen is mightier than the sword. So, point being is that this person came, they didn't do a lot of planning when it came to, and that's what I saw, and then apparently they made a video where they busted like $4,000, and my heart goes out to that person, but I can't help someone that tries to be like, help me, and then come with a blowtorch. I'm like, no, if you're coming with a blowtorch, my immediate reaction is, barrier up, fuck, and like, that's how I proceed, and that's not being rude, that's being respectful to myself, while also pushing the person away so they can handle their own problems or whatever they're going through, so they can deal that on their own. So if they're going to take their issues to me, I'm just going to throw tissues. So you got issues, here's your tissues. That's how I handle them. So, and trust me when I say, I worked in a hospital for 4 years. I know a lot about boarding the pity trains. I don't like boarding pity trains. Pity trains are for people that are apathetic, insensitive, and weak. And personally, I like giving people tough love when it's needed. And, I could go on a tirade all day about these things, right? But, really it comes down to is understanding the difference. Oh, right, they don't want me, like, it says under renewal and all that stuff, like, right. So what has everyone got to say for me today? I've got many answers and questions. Ooh, I have an important collab opportunity. I can't divulge the details yet but you'll see it, it's gonna be a surprise. So I'm definitely networking, working my flex, as they say. Hey. I think the problem is there's a lot of miscommunication. So hear me out, right? There's a lot of miscommunication, and there's a lot of things that happened, particularly 8 years ago. And I came forward to clear my name and to clear everything that was said from 8 years ago. And while I can't tell every facet of information on this stream, just know that if these people that are being negative gaslighters and decide to basically play the miscreant game of running amok of a gaslight maze, they're going to burn themselves alive. And what I mean by that is they're going to put themselves in a position where they're only going to hurt themselves. And I don't want that. So I'm letting them know peacefully, like, hey, respect me and I'll respect you. So when these people come into my Reddits or this or that and they're like, you're screwed, I'm just like, well, that's nice. Have a nice day in your own echo chamber. Right? Because that's how we handle that. That's how we handle negative comments. That's how we handle it. It's like, you know what? If you're going to show me, right, this is how we handle competition. In a fair, respectful, dignified, and mature professional way. You say, you know what? You talk a big game, show it on the track. That's what I say. And then when the person loses and it's like, oh, well, you're big meanie. It's like, I'm not a meanie. You just need to get better. You have talent. It's not against you. It's not a knock against you for whatever reason that you felt like you lost. It's just a moniker of a lesson of you didn't win. Whatever you thought was unfair, whatever happened, you gotta take that in stride and you move it with pride. You do not attack your opponent and try to play the gaslight maze game just to make a point that you were upset that you lost. And the only way you can really get away with the certain aspects of that is you have to play the moral line of what did your opponent really do and what were your talents and skills. And look, every day we're always at a race in some regard, right? We're at a race on learning. We're at a race at politics. We're at a race in technology. No matter what subject you're talking about, someone is always doing something better in some regard. But just because someone does something better than you in one aspect does not mean that there is nothing unique about you. Because even your mistakes can make you distinct. And if you take those distincts and color them in a new light, you can see a whole new rainbow. So yeah, I taught you something new. %. See? I know I won't get pushed back on that. I'm so happy today. I'm beaming with life and energy. Anyway, what else are we thinking today? The store is not open, by the way. It's not open. Here, I'll show you. Ready? Ready? All right, let's do this. All right, ready? All right, folks, we got the stream on today. There's the door to the store. See? And unfortunately, the door will not open. See? Watch. Okay, yep, the door won't open. Ah, oh, damn, I gotta freeze. So my Nintendo 2DS XL. Go ahead. My Nintendo. Hi. No, it's not. It's closed. Just live stream. I'm going to walk back and forth. Yeah, so unfortunately I have some issues with my camera, so I have to redo that scene again. Hello everyone, just showing you I'm on stream right now. That's right, and let's see if the door is going to open. Oh no, it won't open, it's still closed. We can't get in, but we're going to respect Nintendo. Hopefully they'll be open soon. More coming soon on video. Alright, so that was the Nintendo 2DS one, so I like kind of showing brief snippets and such that I'm working on. And I'm really letting my passion, creativity, and imagination go through. Because no matter what someone says, just remember, the only one that can stop you is you. Don't let anyone else say that you can't do something that you can. Put my stuff away. Yeah, so I'll let you know. I think I said the thing about the chair. So right, so me and that other person were here with our chairs. Unfortunately, I was in transition mode at the time because I'm making a lot of budget constraints. To do this. This is not an easy endeavor for many reasons. My stability in this aspect is marred by my parameters. But there is some good news. And the good news is the helpful community of San Francisco. You know, if you know anything about San Francisco, it's all about the gamers. And if you know about the gamers, you know that there are plenty of gamers in San Francisco. And the best part about the gamers in San Francisco is we're all very helpful with each other. And some people will say things like, that's exploitation, or that's bad. No. That's called community and unity. And if you learn something in school, you learn that at the end of the day, no matter if the exchange might seem uneven, we're all helping out each other in some regard. And just because one might look bad to the other, that does not mean we have to have a one-to-one interaction action exchange. It means that the exchange has to fit within the terms and conditions of service. And if people have certain establishments, we can make sure that they're fit on a sliding scale, like healthcare. Although the healthcare in the States is pretty bad. But that's besides the point. The point I'm making is that in life, nothing is what it seems. And what it seems is not what you think it is. And if you're able to be creative, the world is your boundless limits of your imagination. Just remember that. And if someone is like, no fair, you get that advantage that I don't get. It's not because of that. It's because I thought creatively and you didn't. And when you don't think creatively, then that's you and not me. And if you want me to give you my tips and tricks, I'm always willing to tell you. And trust me, sometimes you don't need to do something that someone says that you need to do, because they just want to say something that you didn't do to make you look bad because they don't feel good about themselves. More life lessons of life. And if anybody else has more questions, well, let's get to 10 likes and see what happens. We just need one more. So. Remember, the best way to fight fire is not with fire, but with water and smiles. What all you plan on getting at launch? So the main thing, right, so because of my budget being what it is, right, hear me out, it's going to be the Switch and Mario Kart World, and those two. Those are really the main things I want to get. If there's anything else I can get, I'll let you know. It would have to be sooner. Okay, if it's flying, oh my god. Okay, alright, what about 3? I just pre-did the order. I hear that. So I have some backups in the situations of the events that arise. So I cross the bridges when they arise, rather than trying to plant the bridges when they're non-existent. Because we don't want to do that. We want to be smart. I do what I can, and I think what the thing is, we have to remember the one word, right? The one word, and I'm just gonna say it, is called fair. Fair is the word I use. And while fair might not sound amazing or excellent or good, I'll take fair over poor. I'll take fair over below average. I will take fair over unfair. And while what some might say is unfair, at the end of the day, fair is playing within the compromises of the means that is given to you. So I'll give you a perfect example, because you're listening on stream and I'm telling you stories and you're loving it, I'm loving it too. So I used to host a group back in New Jersey. And while I hosted this group, I had a lot of constraints that I had to work with. So I was the one budgeteering everything. So what do you think the reaction from people was? People were appreciative, there were people that were thankful, but some of it was, you can't spend more money on this event. You don't have a lot of money. You're in Princeton. And I just looked at them and I was like, do you want to help with this event? No? Okay. Well, you can be an active participant by, if you want to donate, to then increase the odds that I can do things within the means that I can do. If you want me to show you my budget, I'm happy to. But that's kind of a thing of privacy, like you said before. There you go. And here's the thing. The point of that group I made was for Streetpass, right? So what does that mean? Providing a place for a space to do that thing. And that's it, right? Basically, I could just say, hey, come here at this time. And that's it. Bare knuckle minimum. Bare bones minimum, right? And if people come and all they do is just talk, then the talking can provide the value without having to spend certain value that is needed in other equities of budget. So, if I'm spending my money on a library event, if I'm spending my money at an inn, and it's a lovely event, and the Triforce Quartet comes in place, and there's a Smash tournament, there's a Pokemon tournament, there's a Mario Kart tournament, you have all these many things, and all the things, and someone comes up and he says, this wasn't good enough. My reaction to that is, I'd like to see you do better. And if they can, then I'd be like, bravo. Damn, you really showed me. I don't know if you got a Mr. Beast budget, but you blew me out of the water, then I'll give you the applause. But if you just came in to make the comment, your comment isn't criticism. Your comment is an insult. And you need to know what the difference between an insult and a criticism is. Because the criticism is about giving someone something to work with within their own means. Or at least, if you're going to give a criticism, give money so that your words have weight and value. And if you don't, no value. See? All the wonderful things I'm teaching you about life. I love it. With positivity and the brashness, sarcasm of New Jersey citizen. Or New Jersey upbringing, however you want to look at it. I don't live in New Jersey as much anymore.
Look at that part.
So, fun stuff. Hello, Ro. How are you today? Salutations. More of I'm doing this, why aren't you, if you... And it's like, look. When it comes to money, and this is my personal perspective, right? And I'm telling this because I'm not trying to be in any way controlling or manipulative or whatever someone else is saying about me. The key part here is that money is how we control not just the economy, but what decisions and choices we make in our lives. And when money is used correctly, right? When money is used correctly, it is meant to bridge those connections and to drive things like an economics chain. And so, right, still with me? Good. Thank you for listening. So the point of like saying that the rich exist, look, rich people will always exist. Social class structures will always exist. There's no way around it. But instead of focusing on the way around the existence of classifications, you really have to dig deep in the value in yourself, regardless of the currency that you own. And the currency that you own isn't necessarily just tied to the physical money, but also the value in your skills and abilities. And that's something that's worth more than money in itself. The money is just a means to buy products or to buy services or sell. And that's it. But if you want the value in life, you gotta look past the dollar sign and see the abilities. Right. So if you're trying to buy human value, it really comes down to what are your tastes. See, it's like eating at a buffet, right? Say I go into the buffet of life. Okay, they're playing some John Lennon, and they're playing some Yoko Ono, and then they're playing, let's say, Chris Stapleton, and Teddy Swims, and let's see, what else do I got here? Frank Sinatra, Alicia Keys, Maroon 5, John Legend, Adele, and then they have some video games. They have Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. Think of whatever games you want. God of War, Call of Duty, Pokemon, Mario. Just keep running down the list of the lists of life. Of like, checklist, check, right? You're going through all that, right? Now, what is at one buffet might not be on the option or menu on the other buffet, but what you don't know is that the value is the choices catered to your personal taste based on the experiences, memories, and accomplishments and sense of self-worth that drive you, the individual. So remember that. And when you do, that's when you really start to enjoy and appreciate with great gratitude what exists. That's what I like. And one of the best parts is knowledge is power. Thank you. You know, I really started to use my brain more because we really have to remember that life is more than just about getting things done, right? Life is about the thought process, the meticulous matriculation of our abilities to think. And not just think, but express ourselves in a way that transcends our very being and souls. And if we don't, well, I guess it'll just be a caricature. And to be honest, caricatures will always exist. Exactly. Nailed it. That's how you say it. And then 30. See, this is why we love Sicilian descendant people. See, this is why Sicilians, this is why we got Lady Gaga. and all Sicilians are Sicilians. You're funny. You guys make a great couple. I wanted to say that. So they ignored me, but whatever. I just loved it. Oh my god, I love the dog! What's your dog's name?
This is Rami.
I love Rami. So. A tale of souls and swords, eternally retold. So where are you from? So, I guess I will reveal, and it's pretty obvious who I am, considering the events of 8 years ago. So, my name is Nick. I am the gaming otter, and I hail from my upbringing from Princeton, New Jersey. I grew up in Princeton, New Jersey. I moved there when I was 5 with my family. I'm the youngest of 6. And I learned about the differences that we make as people and how we move about our lives and how we learn and grow with all of the successes and failures of life. And we learn to keep living because that's what life should be about. Be about accepting the rewards while accepting the punishment at the same time. And when you do that, you learn to look at the punishment like, that wasn't so bad. And then when you win, you're like, wow, that was amazing. And then you feel even better about your life because you look at it in a new light, a new way. Oh, I appreciate it, but it's not just any theory. A game theory. No, thanks for watching. Anyway, still going. So where are you from? Yep, said Princeton, New Jersey. Was born in New York, Yorktown Heights. Right. My mother grew up in Brooklyn. Brooklyn, Siciliano. My father right? My father grew up in Skokie, an hour from Chicago. And together they found love with each other when they went bowling. And then they went on to first eat their first meal at McDonald's. And my mother just says to my father, I'm not going to eat unless you pay for my dinner. And then my dad just looks at her and says, okay, well, you don't have to eat today. And so, that's how that. Have you ever been to Kansas City? If you ever come out, it's so good. Oh, well, I did actually briefly, very briefly live in St. Louis. And, well, that's a part of my life I don't want to repeat again because of certain situations that arise that scared me. And I don't want to bring it up. But Kansas City, I'll keep you on my map pin list of my geography background when I was 5. So.
Is that your bag right there?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
No, thank you. Sorry. Yeah, I know that's my bag there. I feel bad. I should give her a piece of pita bread. Hold on 1 second, I'll be right back. Hello, Nick. Okay. God. What's your favorite Nintendo franchise, console, or fair? So I have a couple, but I think my favorite, has to be, right? Hear me out. Our favorite has to be, hands down, my favorite. Favorite Nintendo console is 3DS, obviously. That thing can go miles on miles. One of my favorite games definitely is Rhythm Heaven. Rhythm Heaven is good, but also Rhythm Thief. Rhythm Heaven is a decent franchise. I think it needs more time to grow or cook before it gets really fantastic.
Through our entrance look is under renewal.
Anyway, favorite Pokemon. Oh, you should already know. Mightyena. Mightyena is my favorite. Right. I drew it on Pokemon Day. I put it on the wall. So yeah, Mightyena is my favorite Pokemon. Yeah, should I go back to the franchises and games? I really love Trauma Center. That game needs a new game. And honestly, if Atlas was listening to me, they're like, Nick, we need you to make a new Trauma Center game. Perfect. I can write up a plot. I can come with statistics. I can show you this, what to do. What's the first one you said? I don't know. As far as games, love Star Fox. Mario's always a solid one, whether it's... I feel like when you talk about Mario games, they kind of divulge, because 2D and 3D are really different. The play styles, the way the gameplay is done is very different. So just remember that just because, like, Mario franchise has 2D, just like Sonic has a bit of differences. Granted, Sonic's a little different. Oh, Trauma Center, oh my god. Do you listen to the Gentle Breeze song? Dun, dun, dun. Wait, here's how it goes. I said that it was... I'm so excited and happy. We hit 14 likes today, folks. What are we out in charge? San Diego Pride 5K registration open. That's nice, San Diego. $15, nice. Awesome sauce. We got 14 minutes till the hour. Let's see what everyone else is saying. Hello. So how often do you see people going in and out of the Nintendo store? Honestly, it's on the weekdays, so it's not today. That's tough because, I mean, I stay a couple hours to, like, I would say, like, I'd stay 4 to 5 hours a day. I have to take breaks in between because it's a lot of waiting without the chair. Without the chair, I can't wait longer than, like, a few hours from here and there. And, right. So, I'll tell you, like, off the bat, maybe, like, I'll give you a range, since I can't give you, like, an exact number. I'll ballpark it for you. So, like, on a low day, it might be, like, 4 to 5, and on a higher day, it might be 12. But, like, that's about it. Like, I can't tell you, like, specifics. And I'm trying to be respectful. I don't know all their names, I don't know all of this. And, mind you, they don't really... So my hospital experience has taught me a lot when it comes to infrastructures of construction and management and all of those things. Right. So when a company enlists the recruitment of an outside source, they don't work with necessarily that company. They work within the means that the company is giving them. So like, say for example, say that Apple building right over there, right? That Apple building has a whole bunch of construction. Those people don't work for Apple that make the building. Those people work to create the building that Apple will use. So the people that are working inside the store might not necessarily work for Nintendo. They more so are out contract. And so here's a big thing I had to learn about hospital work, because I had to learn this too. So I bet you won't know this, but there's a lot of intricacies, like little details, little breadcrumbs, layers upon layers and layers when it comes to departments. And the big one that I worked in was nutrition. Right, so you're asking yourself, well, Nick, what was your title? Well, my title was a nutrition worker. And that nutrition worker had multiple roles depending on the position I fulfilled within that day or the tasks that I was given. So let me kind of move it through and forward for you so you kind of wrap it up for that part, for this whole combo. So I was a nutrition operator. I was a nutrition delivery and then nutrition assembly person. So you could just all wrap it over a worker. That's kind of like the most bare bones way to say it. So each position had its own title, but it really just fell under one line because that just made it easy. I wasn't a cook. Could I technically make certain things? Yeah, on the cold line, some days. And, I was very adaptable, which was very useful to them because they could throw me anywhere and I could basically do what they needed me to do. And it's like when something has to compromise to make it up for something, that's when it shows that you're able to play within the restrictions and the parameters. Because life's not about getting everything you want. Life's about getting the needs of what's needed to fit the roles and functions, even if you can't fulfill everything that's needed. And when you do that, you start realizing, wow, so that's how I can make my life better. Instead of, wow, my life sucks because I don't have money. Wow, my life sucks because I don't have this. My life, it's like, no, you're looking at it all wrong. Recontextualize, rethink. So, yeah. So, But let me go back to the nutrition worker. So, a nutrition worker in the department works for the hospital first and foremost. And so do the cooks. Now you're asking, what about the management staff? The management staff are outsourced by they're outsourced by other companies. Those companies existing are Aramark, Sodexo. Now, I don't know specifically all their interworkings and everything. I can't tell you all those politics and procedures, but all I know is that basically all you need to know is that those management systems are outsourced by other companies. Sometimes even the dietitians. And, but I want to say mostly dietitians, so it can depend on state to state. Thank you. Maybe I'll get a TED Talk one day. And you'll like love it. That's the only thing I want. So, it's to touch people's lives. But anyway, moving on. Right. So, Well, maybe I will get there one day, but I can't make it as a bare bones 37-year-old who barely can make it by. And while I'm not asking for people to throw money at me, just know that if people put a lot of backing and weight behind me, I will show how much I can make a difference in the world. Because understanding the difference is how we make the world a better place. Rather than restricting or putting up boundaries on differences, we learn to work within the means by complimenting rather than insulting, by comparing in a beautiful way rather than trying to tear someone down for their difference. That's what we should be about. So, I hope so too. And the big thing is just like and share. Like and share. And no matter what anyone says about me about 8 years ago, just know that those people haven't learned to move on. I have. Because I learned to move on by keep going every day. And that's the easiest thing that anyone can do. And while that might sound bare bones, it's something that the bare bones essential that is more than bare bones, and it's the standard of living. And when you learn to live at the standard, you learn to upgrade your standards. Alright, we're at 53 minutes, so 30%. Hey! That's mine.
Sorry about that, buddy.
Sorry.
Relax.
Sorry.
All right. Hey.
Gotta do what I gotta do to protect myself. The problem is that I can't carry my bag everywhere. Thanks. I hate that I have to can I move live stream across the street? Alright. Lit it long enough. And I'll do my bits. So the thing is, it's hard for this is trying to wait for the store without the chair. It is frustrating. It is frustrating. And sometimes I wait in Union Square, honestly. And to be honest, the police officials were like, there's no real official line right now. So you're basically claiming your spot by documenting. And there's only so much you can do. And I just don't want people to take my bag. That's the thing that scares me. So, not good. Okay. I wish I could eat with that. I would eat with that. Definitely a lot more strict than the New York, hopefully. It's really sad, and I have to tell you this. Apparently, my friend Simon went to the New York line, and no one was there. No one was at the New York line. So, I'm starting to wonder what their hours are. So, I do come to the store within the 9 to 5-ish range, pending breaks, so take it with a grain of salt, because it's still too early to really fully establish a line. So, Right. No, I mean, I go in the Apple Store. I'll show you the Apple Store real briefly, but I kind of sort of live streamed in there, but not really live streamed in there. I'll probably, hold on, I'll show you. I'm trying to flip it. That's the Apple Store, folks. So, and I know what some of you are thinking, and I'll explain. Hold on. Nick, you're a Nintendo person. Why would you associate with Apple? You know, sometimes the beauty in life isn't just staying single-minded or closed-minded or one-dimensional. It's about opening your experiences about what is out there in the world. So let me tell you something. Do you think Nintendo doesn't care about their competition? Wrong. They care very much about their competition. Not in a dreading, fear-mongering way. Yeah, there you go. So, but my opinion is Nintendo pays attention to their competition because they know, right, that they make games just like they make games, and by understanding your opponent, you can understand how to better yourself. So, let's give an example, right? Metal Gear Solid, right? That's a game about stealth. Well, why would Nintendo care about a game about stealth? Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. You remember the parts and sections that have stealth? It's inspired by that game. That's an easy one. What about other games are inspired by other things? So, how about rhythm games? You know, you got Dance Dance Revolution, Parappa the Rapper, and then Nintendo's take is Rhythm Heaven. And then they have other aspects like, you know, Mario DDR, and many other ways of expressing their own aspects of that. So, just remember, something that might not look like what you think it is doesn't mean... Yeah, well, you know, it's a double-edged sword on that regard. So they have Mario Run. Honestly, like, the only games I can think of... I mean, I know there's Miitomo and Animal Crossing, so... Just remember, the first step to breakthrough is by making impact by your first impression. Fire Emblem. Oh my god, I love Fire Emblem.
You know which way the target is?
Oh, that's a great question. You don't have a phone on you, do you?
Just died.
Hold. Apologies, I had to explain a brief. Wonderful person whose phone died. I would have just told him to go to the Apple Store and just be like, "Oh, there!" So, well, I decided to take like 5 seconds. That's so easy. See, this is what's so great about being a civic-minded, tech-savvy millennial. Voice keeps cutting in and out? Okay. Well, I guess maybe I have to get an Apple phone. You know what? Maybe if I do the collab really well, they'll give me like, what should I get from Apple? If they were like, Nick, what would you like from our shelves? What would I say? Let's see. I would get a phone, I get a computer, and I get headphones. And then like, you can get 3 tech devices, I'd be like that. And I'd be like, so what would you do it? Oh, video editing, and this and that. So, I love tech. Oh, that's a shame. Can you hear me now? 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 So I'll try. Should I speak closer? I know in my head it's gonna be zoomed in. How's that? If it's yeah, that's not great. So let's see, what are we at? 23%? Yeah, I'm gonna probably end stream here. I'm gonna end stream here. So, right. So, any last words? Any last things before I go? Can you hear that? Any last words? Omega. Okasimo. Street pass love. Show me some street pass love. Show me some street pass. Show me some street pass. Show me some street pass love. Gotta keep those positive vibes. Yeah! Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4. Dun, 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 dun. 1, 2. So we have to figure something out. So I can't give full specifics, but PAX is up in the air due to... Oh my god. Really? Have you seen my channel? I love Dance Dance Revolution. YouTube search the gaming otter DDR Max 300 short. You'll see how good I am. Well, I will get one soon, don't worry. ASMR stream, folks. ASMR. Have you ever had a pita bread with hummus? Just peel it back like this and use the bits that are important. Oh, that's a great question. I'll show you. Trader Joe's. Hummus dip. There we go. It is. And by the way, Trader Joe's is so affordable. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well. Hmm. You know who I really want? Teddy Swims. Can we get Teddy Swims? I just wanted to say, I want him to say, hey Nick, when I play Nintendo Switch 2, lose control. I was like, oh my god, yes, yes! And just make sure that if you have to deal with any toxic competition, you do what Teddy Swim says. But tonight's the night I saved my life when I showed you the door. Was it? Dun, dun. I might. Which of world? I hope so too. Or just come hang out, probably closer to store opening, so you're not there alone. I will try my best. What do we got on stream right now? I'm gonna end the stream here. I gotta move out, folks. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Peace.